Hey friends, welcome back to Theme Park Guy Productions. Today we are back at a park that I also have not visited in quite a while, but this is one of my favorite parks out there. We're here back at Carowinds, which is located in the border of Fort Mill, South Carolina and Charlotte, North Carolina. This is where the Carolinas come together. And as you can see right behind me, one of my favorite coasters of all time, the Fury 325. So pumped to get back on Fury. And then we have got Intimidator, it's not Intimidator anymore, it's Thunder Striker. We also got Afterburn to ride today again, and then Copperhead Strike and all the other great coasters here. This is a really well-rounded park. I'm excited to be back here. Let's not waste any more time. Let's go head on in. Now, first things first, you might be asking, Zach, why are you filming from outside the park? Shouldn't you start right inside? Well, we actually are staying at an on-site hotel, which is like right next to the park. So we're literally in walking proximity to Carowinds. So we're just gonna walk to the park this morning, which is absolutely hilarious. Like, this is pretty awesome. I gotta give Carowinds credit for adding an on-site hotel here. So yeah, we're about, let's go ahead and head on into the park. There goes Fury 325. Like I said, I'm so excited to get back on Fury. There it goes, flying through 95 miles per hour right over here. Oh yes. Oh, that's still, to this day, that remains my favorite B&M of all time. But we'll see if it still holds that title, which I believe it will. But yeah, you got Thunder Striker going right over here. It still feels weird calling it Thunder Striker, but it's so funny. They got a train on the brake run. Then there's a train already at the top of the lift hill. So yeah, I can tell the operations in there are going to be fantastic today. I remember the operations at Fury 2 being pretty incredible. So yeah, one of the coolest aspects about Carowinds is that this line right here is actually the border. So right now we're 7 foot into Charlotte, North Carolina, but if I go on this side, I'm now in South Carolina, in Fort Mill, South Carolina, and I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. So yeah, it's literally super cool with the fact that I've got that border right here. It's pretty spectacular. This is one of the coolest aspects right here. So you've got, like I said, this side is South Carolina, this is North Carolina, and yes, they just announced a new ride coming, the Rip Roaring Falls, which we'll talk about more in a bit. It'll be record-breaking water ride coming next year, so I may have to come back next year, who knows. But the entrance, looking really strong here. Like I said, it's almost like Cedar Point in a way, where it's just nice and grand. You got the line right here too, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, let's go ahead and enter Carowinds. So we got a whole performance going on over here, which is pretty cool. But yeah, we are now inside Carowinds. We're gonna go ahead and start with the Thunder Striker. Still feels weird calling it Thunder Striker, not Intimidator. This is my least favorite B&M Hyper. At least as my last ride, it was my least favorite B&M Hyper. Wow, they're on 3 trains today. That's fantastic. And we also got, wait a minute, Nighthawk isn't here anymore. That's weird. They used to have a Vekoma Flying Dutchman over here called Nighthawk, which was kind of rough, not gonna lie. You can actually see the station for Nighthawk right there. We can talk about that later. But yeah, there's like a Thunder Striker. Still feels weird. They used to call it Intimidator, but they got rid of the name for it because due to licensing. It's the same thing with Intimidator 305. That's now called Pantherian. But yeah, we're gonna start over here. This, again, to me it's a weaker tier Hyper, but I'm excited to get back on it. Pretty much walked right on to Intimidator, which is pretty awesome considering that they're on 3 trains. I do have the Ray-Ban Metas today, which they do allow at Six Flags parks. It's gonna be exciting, so you get to see some nice on-ride footage today. But yeah, let's go ahead and we'll enjoy a ride on the Intimidator. All right, guys, we are on the Thunder Striker or Intimidator Striker, whatever you want to call it. Weaker tier Hyper coaster, but this one's still pretty good. They look 2 crowds today, which is awesome. Here we go. Let's see if it still holds up. Oh man, here we go. Whoa! 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 Oh wow! We got more airtime than the last time. Whoa! There's the first trim. Ah, first trim. Whoa! Oh! Whoa! I will say this one is nice and smooth. Whoa! Oh, second trim. Oh man. Yeah, the trim brakes kill this ride. Whoa! Whoa! Oh gosh! Oh man! All right, that was the start there. Whoa! Whoa! Oh man! little helix. Whoa. Oh gosh. Yeah, I feel like it still remains like a weaker tier hyper, but that was still a lot better than I remember it being in 2019. But still, doesn't compare to like Mako, Goliath, or Diamondback. But yeah, no, Intimidator, that still holds up. Yeah, Thunder Striker was tons of fun. I still think it's a weaker tier hyper, but you know what? Still really good for what it is. I think I liked it more this time because it wasn't stapled like the last time it was. But over here is where they're adding the new water ride that they just announced. So it's gonna be 100 feet tall. It's gonna have this massive drop. I think it's gonna have a turntable if I'm not mistaken. You can buy beer right here. I think it's like a little beer garden area. You got Vortex going right there. I remember that not being too bad, but I know a lot of people aren't a fan of Vortex. But we'll see if it's still like, is just as rough as it is, or if I think it still gets too much hate, who knows? But I do like the repaint, and I also gotta give them credit for repainting Thunder Striker too, because that paint job looks fantastic on the ride. But yeah, they did also repaint Vortex. But we're gonna go ahead and ride the big boy next, Fury 325, favorite B&M coaster of all time. This is gonna be an awesome ride, guys. Still to this day, that remains my favorite B&M coaster ever, like I've mentioned before. Let's go ahead, let's head over to the entrance. And here's a look at the ride vehicle for the upcoming attraction over here. Like I said, the vehicle, it looks a lot like Splash Mountain. So I'm also wondering if they're gonna have a vehicle like this showcased at IAAPA this year. But yeah, we know they're adding a big water ride. It's gonna be a record breaker, which Carowinds, they do need a water ride, so this is gonna be perfect for the park. And Vortex is right there, but we're gonna go back to Vortex later, because over here, we gotta ride Fury 325. This will be my dad's 200th roller coaster. Oh, it's talking about how to stay hydrated. I was like, there's no weather in the area. And like, I did look at the weather index. It's not supposed to rain today, which is fantastic. I feel like there are the times I've been here at Carowinds, it has rained before. And there's also a look at the Hurler too. This one's a classic. And I remember not being too rough. You know, it looks bad. It's really not terrible. But again, we'll have to see how it runs today. But we're mainly here for Fury, the greatest B&M of all time, as we're approaching the station and the entrance. Oh, that looks so good. And this one's also on 3 trains. Fantastic. Oh man, this is incredible, guys. I am so pumped to get back on Fury 325 and share my ride experience with you guys. Yeah, I love this ride, guys. I'm so pumped to get back on it. Here you guys go on Fury 325. They got a train on the course, train going in there, and they have a train on the brake run about to enter the station. Gotta love these 3 train operations. Let's go ahead and enjoy a ride on Fury 325. All right, guys, we're on Fury 325, your second ride of the day. See Death Touch over there.
Thank you, and enjoy Fury.
I haven't been on this ride since 2019. It's gonna be awesome. Got row 6-2, so we got a good view for the drop too, or a good spot for the airtime. Oh, here we go. 325 feet in the air, 95 miles per hour. Let's go! Whoa! Whoa! Oh, man, that's an incredible drop. Whoa! Whoa! Oh my gosh! Oh! That is so fast! Holy crap! Whoa! Whoa! Oh my gosh! Oh man, that is incredible! Oh! We got the train. Oh, whoa, whoa! Oh my gosh! That's better than any moment of airtime on Intimidator. Got a head chopper there, which is great. Oh my god! Whoa! 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 There's construction! Oh man! Yeah, that's the ride on Fury 325. Wow, that is running incredible. That is just as good as I remember it being years ago. Absolutely legendary coaster. I see why people rank this as the best steel coaster. Yeah, Fury 325, that still holds up as one of my favorite coasters of all time. What I love about it is that it is an incredibly long ride. super smooth. It's just relentless, consistent, and it's got elite operations too. 3 trains, they're rolling them out. Oh man, absolutely incredible. Yeah, there's the reason why this is my top B&M still to this day. There goes the Hurler right there. It goes through its course. Hurler is another one of those roller coasters. It looks really bad, but I don't remember Hurler being that bad. So I'm excited to get back on the Hurler. This one, my dad's excited for because this one used to be themed to Wayne's World, and we're both big fans of that movie. So yeah, and he got some little bits of theming from Wayne's World too, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, this is one of those coasters that I feel like does need to get the RMC treatment, but it really is not that bad. I'm still pretty impressed that they're running this coaster the way it is, and they're maintaining it pretty well. So yeah, looking forward to get back on the Hurler. We're getting a front row ride on the Hurler, which is awesome. There's a train going on the final brake run right there. It appears everything is on 2 trains today, which is fantastic. So yeah, Carowinds, they know how to do it with their operations, so gotta give them credit for today. All right, guys, we are on the Hurler, the Wayne's World roller coaster. Wayne's World. Here we go, guys. Let's see how the Wayne's World coaster is running. Oh man, here we go. Here we go. Whoa! Whoa! It's not that rough. Whoa! We got a little bit of inside. Whoa! Okay, that was more inside than I remember it being. Whoa! Comes another turn. Whoa! Yeah, it really doesn't jackhammer you that much. This is so weird. Whoa! 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 Oh my god! Yeah, it doesn't really jackhammer you that much. Whoa! Oh man! Whoa! Yeah, I mean, this looks like a roller coaster that should be really brutal, but it really is not bad at all. I don't know how Carowinds maintains this ride that well. They just do. Like, this coaster manufacturer is defunct, which is hilarious. So yeah, Hurler running pretty good. There goes Vortex. We're about to ride this one next. This one does have slower dispatches, I will say, but however, it's still, I think it's a decent stand-up coaster, but again, I haven't been on it since 2019, so who knows, it might be worse. There's a small line for this, but really it's not that bad. The crowds overall are not too bad today, and today's a Friday too, which is pretty interesting. So yeah, looking forward to get back on the Vortex B&M stand-up coaster and see how this one compares to the Georgia Scorcher. I just know it won't beat the GOAT that is Riddler's Revenge. All right guys, we are on Vortex. This is one of the oldest B&M roller coasters out there. It's opened in 1992, over 30 years old. But yeah, this one's definitely, I remember it's on the rougher side, but we'll see if it still is. I don't remember it being that bad, but I know people don't like it that much. So here we go. Here's the ride on Vortex. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Oh! Yeah, I see we're definitely on the rougher side. Whoa! Oh my gosh, okay, that was some good laterals there. The corkscrew! Ow! 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 I don't remember it being this rough. Oh man. Oh, that's a ride on Vortex. Okay, I do not remember it being that rough. Holy crap. Definitely rougher than the Georgia Scorcher. I mean, it's still not that bad. It still has a good layout. But yeah, that's on the rough, one of the roughest B&M coasters I've done. This is absolutely hilarious. I think we got stuck on Vortex. They just evacuated the whole train. And yeah, that's wild. They had everybody leave the ride, so hopefully we're not up here for too long. This is not the most comfortable ride to get stuck on. If they have to evacuate us, at least we just walk right up to the unload, so that's good at least. So I guess what happened was the train that was in the station while we were riding, someone had thrown up. So we were stuck there for maybe about 10 to 15 minutes. Yeah, it was probably about 10 minutes, so wasn't too bad, but yeah, on a business like that, yeah, not the most comfortable. But overall, like I said, Vortex, it's an okay coaster. It's definitely on the rougher side though for B&M, but it's one I can probably tolerate. It's just, yeah, I don't remember it being that rough. Next coaster is going to be the Carolina Cyclone. This is an old school aero custom looper. This is just like a double loop and a double corkscrew and a helix. It's really pretty simple, but I don't remember it being that rough. But there it goes. Although it does have a new color scheme compared to the last time I was here, because it was like blue, then orange and yellow, but now it's just cyan and white. And the trains they have were actually the old trains from Vortex at Kings Island, which was a former coaster. They relocated them to Carolina Cyclone now, so I'm not sure how it's gonna run. I don't remember it being that bad. But yeah, this one has a fun layout though. Go through that course here right there. Yeah, let's go and get in line. Yeah, there's a look at the trains for Carolina Cyclone. Like I said, definitely much different now compared to what it was before. This also looks kind of like, remember the Anaconda at King's Dominion? Pretty much the same exact style trains. So not too bad. Yeah, I'm excited to get a ride on this. All right guys, here we are in the Carolina Cyclone. Again, it's pretty much just a double loop, a double corkscrew. But this is a pretty fun ride overall. And they got the Vekoma boomerang right there. That's one of the best boomerangs in my opinion. I'm excited to get back on that boomerang. And there's Copperhead and Afterburn right there. We also got to do those rides as well. And they also have a really cool looking water park. Not sure if we're going to do that today, but hey, it looks really good at least. But yeah, here we go. Time for a ride on the Carolina Cyclone. That was a little creepy there for a sec. Oh man, here we go. Carolina Cyclone. Oh my god. Here we go. Whoa! Up there, up the start! Oh man! Oh man! Yeah, it's a little rougher than I remember it being, but it was a little rougher than I remember it being, but not terrible. Definitely less rough than Vortex, that I will say. So the next ride for today is going to be the Carolina Gold Rusher. This is an old school aero mine train, and I remember this one being kind of janky, but this one's still fun. And it got the Vekoma boomerang right there. But yeah, Carolina Cyclone, that was definitely a bit rougher than I remember it being, but it still wasn't horrible. Like, I've been on rougher aero coasters that are still tons of fun, like Viper or Magic Mountain. That thing's kind of a concussion machine, but that one has some very intense inversions, which kind of makes up for it. But gotta give them credit here for this theming though. This theming is pretty cool, so yeah. Looking forward to a ride on the Carolina Gold Rusher. Okay guys, we are riding the Carolina Gold Rusher next. This is like an old school aero mine train. I wonder how this one will compare to the one in over Georgia. I remember it being rougher, but who knows. It's been 7 years since my last ride. This is definitely a lot more old. Here we go. Oh man. Oh my gosh. Whoa! Oh! That was definitely jerky there. Whoa! Whoa! Whoa, man! Oh my gosh! Oh, way jerkier than I remember it being. You can see the former footers of Nighthawk. That's funny. I find funny they still have all this stuff from Nighthawk. That was a former station for Nighthawk. Rest in peace, Nighthawk. Here we go. There's the second half. Oh my god! Oh! Oh, here comes a little tunnel. Yeah, it's definitely, yeah, it's a little bit rough, but definitely a little shorter for my trim. That was pretty fun. This is funny. They got their own little county fair section. I remember Dollywood had one. We just never went into it. So that's pretty cool. They got theirs. Our next coaster is going to be the Vekoma Boomerang, the Flying Cobras. Hopefully the line's not too long. I feel like this was one of the lines that was definitely the longest when I was last year. It's because this is one of those. It's just one train. So it makes sense because it is a standard Vekoma Boomerang. We ran into the same thing at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. I don't remember if Hershey Park's Boomerang was that way. But yeah, that's just the thing with these Boomerang coasters. These definitely low star because it's just the one train. It's not too bad, but I say we go for it. Can't go wrong with a Boomerang. There they go right there. Enjoying their Vekoma Boomerang experience. And what's fun is that they get to do it again backwards. That's one of the things about Boomerang coasters. Like, these are pretty intense, and actually with the Vespa trains, it's much better in terms of smoothness. There you go, right there. Yeah, no, I like Boomerang coasters. And it's so interesting, they got the old school brakes on this. Because most Boomerangs have converted to like those slower brakes, or like those silent ones. So yeah, it's funny that this one has the old school ones. All right, guys. The Flying Cobras. Here we go. We're on row 7, so in the very middle. I wonder what that means, go shark. But yeah, for a Boomerang, this lift is going up fast. I don't remember these going up really fast. Thought we're like racing the Carolina Cyclone. That's funny. Here we go. Whoa! Oh man, this is the Cobra roll. Whoa! Oh! Whoa! Oh man, to the loop. And we're going to the second lift hill. Yeah, the catch car catches the car, but then it's not over yet. Oh, guys, that was so quick. Whoa! Oh my gosh! Whoa! Oh man! See, I actually really like Boomerangs. Like, I know a lot of people aren't a fan of them, but these are genuinely fun coasters. I feel like this is the best Boomerang out there, or one of the best. Here we are, guys, back at Copperhead Strike, which is a mock launch coaster, which will be so interesting riding this after riding Stardust Racers at Epic Universe. This is a very fun coaster. I remember the launches not being super fun because it's just forceless, but remember this one having some pretty surprising ejector air time. And it looks like it still has got the presentation going pretty strong, and it also has some crazy hang time at the beginning with that JoJo roll. So yeah, this is going to be a very fun coaster. I cannot wait to get back on Copperhead Strike. This is cool. You can get a great view of the water park from over here, the Carolina Harbor. Honestly, with this kind of weather, it would be a fun time going over to Carolina Harbor, but it's probably really crowded over there. But yeah, I remember having a great time on this ride back in 2019. One thing I forgot is all the theming here. I don't remember all this theming being like around the queue and stuff like that. Maybe they've added it since, who knows? It's been a long time. Darn, we were so close. Those guys just got a roll back. Oh my gosh, man. That was maybe here like 10 minutes earlier, that could have been us. Oh, darn it. Hopefully they can get the ride back up and going pretty quick, but a lot of people are leaving the queue because of the rollback. Hopefully, it should be a pretty quick fix. So what's going on right now is that they're resetting the train. I think it's gonna have to go backwards again and then launch. Oh man, that's absolutely wild though. Apparently this one's been having a lot of technical issues today, so I remember it having a good amount of technical issues when we were here in 2019. But man, that's crazy. Who wants to bet that we're gonna get a rollback on it again? Like they open the ride back up and then we get a rollback on it. So that would honestly, I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. There they go right there. All right guys, we're back online. We're getting towards the back, which is gonna be awesome. So yeah, let's go ahead and enjoy a ride on Copperhead Strike. Ride a ride Copperhead Strike. We're starting off from the station because it's a funny surprise to start with. Here we go. Oh man, here we go. Whoa! That JoJo roll never gets old. That's some crazy hang time. A little bit of theming in there. There we go. Whoa! Oh man, they got forceless launch number one. Whoa! Whoa! Oh! That hang time, that was crazy. Whoa! Oh! Whoa! Man, that's like a twisted mess of track right there. Oh! Oh my gosh! Whoa! That was a good ejector. All right, launch number 2. Are we gonna roll back this time? And oh darn, we didn't get a roll back, but whoa! The hang time is insane! Whoa! Oh! Oh man! Another airtime moment. Whoa! Oh! Whoa! Whoa! Oh my gosh! Yeah, no, it's just like a twisted mess of track. Oh man! Whoa! Whoa! Couple more hills. Oh! Oh, that's a ride on Copperhead Strike. Yeah, that ride still just as good as I remember it being years ago. Just tons of fun and crazy hang time. Looks like they updated this section over here, which is pretty interesting because I remember last time they had like a whole like pirate ship ride that was pretty bad, and that's now gone. But yeah, we're gonna go head over and ride Afterburn next, which is a classic B&M invert. I feel like this is one of the most underrated inverts out there. I mean, this is just one intense roller coaster experience. And I'd argue say it's the most intense invert out there. Yes, even more intense than like Montu at Busch Gardens Tampa. Which to me, that's the granddaddy of them all. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the entrance. Yes, here we are at the entrance for Afterburn. This is one of my top inverted coasters. Like I said, not the same like complete ride package that Montu provides, but it's like if you combine Batman the Ride and Montu together, you get Afterburn. Because this invert is absolutely nuts. I don't know what it is about this ride, but it just runs so fast compared to the other inverts I've done. But let's go ahead and get in line for Afterburn. But this is another coaster. I feel like the last time I was here, this one was on one train, but they're on 2 trains today, so I wonder if my theory stands just like Montu. This should be running faster. Let's do it. We'll see you guys once we get on Afterburn. All right, guys, we are on Afterburn at Carowinds. Got the very back, so this is going to be a whippy ride experience. Oh man, I am ready for this. One of the best inverted coasters anywhere. Here we go. Right on Afterburn. Oh man, whoa! Oh! The first one, whoa! Oh man, through the hill, man, it feels like you're riding like a Thunder jet. Oh man, it's a 0-0. Whoa! And now it's the Batwing. Oh! Yeah! Wow! Oh man, that is insane. All right, to the corkscrew. Go! Oh! Oh! Man! Oh! Yeah, that is still one of the best inverts. Holy crap. That is, yeah, now I know why I still love this ride. That is fantastic. May not be as long, but yeah, that is absolutely the most intense inverted coaster out there. So we just had a lunch at Chickies and Pete's, and yeah, Chickies and Pete's is amazing. But over here, I've talked about this before, but I kind of want to give a little more emphasis on this. We're about to do the Carolina Sky Tower right now, but while we're waiting, we're actually right over where the former site for Nighthawk was. So if you guys remember Nighthawk, it was a Vekoma Flying Dutchman coaster, which is now an extinct model because they had one over here, which closed in 2024. There was one at Six Flags America, which is now defunct, that closed last year. And then Kings Island also had one that closed in 2018. And so this one was one of the parks that had one, and as you guys can kind of see, they still have the footers set because one of the turns was right there. And then a vertical loop is there. This is where the lift hill was. And the second half is where that new Carowinds sign is, which looks absolutely fantastic. I actually think that over there is where the second half of the ride was. And so, yeah, it's very interesting to see. And also, if I could scroll in right over here, that's where the entrance, or that's where the station was for Nighthawk. So, yeah, I find it fascinating that they still have the entrance intact for Nighthawk when the ride has been no longer in operation for over pretty much it's over a year, so yeah, almost 2 years. Yeah, we're on the Sky Tower, and you can see Thunder Striker going right through its first airtime bill. Awesome. There's Thunder Striker. And you got a great view of Fury 325 right there going through its course. It's literally speeding through it. That's insane. Gotta love the views from right here. Yeah. You can see all the way in the distance there. That's downtown Charlotte. And a great view of Fury's Lift Hill. That's so crazy. That thing is still massive. And there's a huge coaster. Then a good view of the Hurler, the Ricochet, which is still down. Oh, they just evacuated the riders. We were going to try to ride that, but it's delayed right now. Oh yeah, there's a construction. That's pointing that up for the new water ride. That's awesome. There's a Carolina Cyclone right there, and then you got Vortex, Gold Rusher, and there's the boomerang going through its course right now. Got a great view of the whole water park, Copperhead Strike, Pet and Windseeker's going too, and then you got Afterburn in the distance, in the kids area. So yeah, I think it's such a great view of the park from the top here. So I went and relaxed on the Carolina Sky Tower, which was cool, but now we're gonna go ride the Kittyhawk, which, yeah, this to me is one of my least favorite roller coasters of all time. I mean, this thing is just so janky, so rough. I'm like, why does this thing even exist? And it's got like the old school shoulder restraints. But like I said, we still gotta ride it today. So yeah, let's go ahead. We'll enjoy the concussion machine. All right, guys, we are on the Kittyhawk. I'm not ready for this. This is definitely one of my least favorite coasters of all time. Oh man, why the heck am I even riding this? Like, this makes no sense. Not ready. Oh man, here we go. Here we go. No! Ow! 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 Oh man! Oh! It's totally banging my head around. Oh man! Oh! Yeah. Yeah, no, this is the reason why this is one of my least favorite coasters. That is a concussion machine. So yeah, that Kittyhawk is just terrible. But we are now in Camp Snoopy, and they have a new kids coaster that's been added since my last trip. It's called Snoopy's Tender Paw Racing Coaster, something like that. This one kind of has a launch. I was thinking of like Daddy's Pig Coaster from Legoland, which I still haven't done yet, but you know what? I feel like I gotta give this one a ride. If it has a launch, that's gonna be super cool. So yeah, definitely want to give it a try. It's only a 10-minute away as well, so yeah, why not? Go ahead and get the credit. The trains for this ride look quite interesting overall. It's definitely a lot more large scale, so yeah, let's go ahead and grab it a ride. All right, guys, we're on Snoopy's Tender Paw Racing. Here we go. Here's to see how this one's like. Whoa! That was a nice little launch there. Holy cow. Oh wow. Yeah, this is definitely like more of like a family coaster. Whoa! Oh, this is nice. Wait, we're going again. Whoa! Yeah, it's totally like Daddy's Pig Coaster. Whoa! That's pretty sweet. Yeah, that's pretty cool. We get to go again. Yeah, we're going again. That's cool. Whoa! More theming. Whoa! Whoa! Yep, new kitty credit acquired. Yeah, no, that was literally the most intense thing I've ever experienced. Now, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, for a kids coaster, that was actually pretty fun. Like, it's definitely better than like your average kiddie coaster, like a Vekoma roller skater or something like that. Like, this is actually quite fun. Like, if I was a little kid, I absolutely would be loving this attraction. And this is funny. Carowinds has their own version of Fire Drill from Epic Universe. I don't know if this one soaks you like fire drill does, but and this thing looks pretty cool though. If I can see where this one would be quite the soaker. But yeah, definitely looks a lot like fire drill. And of course, the final big scale kids coaster that we got to ride is the Woodstock Express, which is a PTC wind coaster. This one is pretty old school, but this is a lot of fun. Like, this is one of the kids coasters I actually would like to ride every time I'm here because, I mean, it's better than like your average kids coaster. So yeah, definitely gotta ride this. All right, guys, we're on the Woodstock Express, old school wooden roller coaster. We are moving up the left hill though, quite slow. That's a little playground, never noticed that before. That's pretty funny. And here we go. Ride on the Woodstock Express. Whoa! Oh! There we go. Whoa! Oh my god. We got some airtime there. Whoa! Whoa, man. Wow, it's actually got some good laterals there. Whoa! I mean, it's not like on the level of Fury 325 or anything like that, but that's actually quite fun. Okay, I gotta talk about something here. So, just did the Boo Blast Some Boo Hill ride, which I forgot to send a clip where we're going to it, but I had done this in 7 years. However, I didn't realize that they updated the attraction. I'm not sure what year they updated it, but it looks really good in there now. I just remember last time I did so bad at it that my friend David destroyed me every time, and yet I still suck at this ride. I still suck. I am absolute garbage. But you know what? Hey, at least I owe everybody on Men in Black. So right now we're in the process of doing re-rides, but it doesn't look like we're getting on Ricochet today because I think it broke down as we were about to enter the queue. And yeah, I haven't seen it operate since, so who knows? That one could be closed for the day. I mean, it's a fun little wild mouse, but I mean, I'm trying to get my dad to get the credit, but yeah, it does look like it's gonna be a no-go for today. Been off the camera for about a few hours, but just grabbed some water and stuff, just kind of walking around, getting in some re-rides like I mentioned before. But one thing I do want to point about Carowinds is that it's still like it's a well-presented park. I mean, these fountains with like all the rides in the background, really, really strong in terms of like a setting. But yeah, park's still open for a couple hours, so we've been getting some re-rides. We did one on Afterburn, we did a couple on Copperhead. We did a bunch on Fury, did one on the Carolina Cyclone, one on Vortex, did one on Thunder Striker. So yeah, definitely making good use of our time here at Carowinds. Okay guys, we're a little late, but Ricochet is open. I know it's a wild mouse, but hey, this is the final coaster we got to ride today before we have all the big coasters complete. So there's a small line, but you know what? Let's do it. I know this one's pretty popular anyway, so this one's gonna have a line regardless. Okay guys, here we are on the Ricochet. Final coaster we need to ride today. Whoa! It's totally is like the bug out from Wild Adventures. Or like the Sand Serpent from Busch Gardens Tampa that's no longer operating. Here we go. We go. Ow! I forgot these things are brutal. Oh man! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! There's so many lateral turns. Like, these things are just gonna like fly apart. Oh, it breaks it. It's like the one at Busch Gardens and he just went right through. Oh my god! Ow! Oh my gosh, here we go. And here we go. This is like 2 hills. Oh! Ow! Gosh, ow! thing is janky. Ooh. Ow!
That was the worst part.
Yeah, the brakes are definitely strong today. Holy cow.
Yeah.
As we're making our way towards the front, you gotta admire that sunset there. We did a front row ride on Fury in the sunset. That was an absolutely religious experience. I mean, Fury 325 is an incredible coaster in its own right, but riding that front row sunset, oh, unbelievable. And I've done that thing at night before multiple times. So yeah, that was an amazing ride. All right, guys, made it back to the front of the park. Did another ride on Thunder Striker as well. And also, I purchased a Fury 325 Neo coaster. So I'll be making that along with the one that I got from Dollywood, which was Tennessee Tornado. But yeah, got a nice sunset right by Fury 325. So overall, this was a very fun day here at Carowinds. Glad I got to ride all the different roller coasters, and I got to ride a new coaster credit too with Snoopy's Tender Paw Racing. Lots of fun. Subscribe, Theme Park Guy Productions on YouTube. Love the shirt. He was wearing a Knoebel shirt. I'm like, I gotta get over there one of these days. But overall, very fun day here at Carowinds. This park, in my opinion, still absolutely holds up. I mean, operations were good on a lot of attractions, especially Fury and Thunder Striker. Those crews were booking it. They were doing fantastic. 3 trains rolling. Yeah, absolutely incredible. It's rare you get a regional park that does operations like that. So gotta give Carowinds credit where credit is due. And still got a phenomenal coaster collection. I'm excited to see what they add here in 2027 with that water ride. I think that's gonna really bring more people to this park. I think it's gonna be really good. And yeah, overall, this is just a fun day here at Carowinds. So without further ado, I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed this whole series from this trip as well, because this is the last video from the trip. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe as well for more videos in the future if you enjoyed this one. Don't forget to turn on those post notifications so you guys know when to upload a new video. And as always, make sure to check out Theme Park Guy Productions as well on all social media platforms. Linktree will be in the description below. See you guys next time, and as always, you are clear for dispatch.